Hey, Dan with Guardian Mold Prevent here. I wanted to take a quick peek at an attic space located in Arlington Heights, Illinois. This is a home that's for sale, and the homeowner had a buyer put in an offer on the house, and they had a home inspection done. And the home inspector came out and noted that there was mold growth in the attic space, and so left the homeowner in a position that they weren't expecting. They didn't know that they had attic mold, which is usually the case with most homeowners. Have no idea that they've got a problem in their attic. Quite frankly, because most people don't spend very much time up in their attic, and for the most part, people don't use the attic space for storage unless they're very limited. And so the home inspector noted this on the report and left the homeowners in a position of leverage where the buyers are forcing them to have the mold remediated in the attic space. The mold is stemming really from a combination of some poor ventilation and insufficient or improperly installed insulation in the attic space. The idea of an attic is really that the space is meant to be conditioned by the outdoor environment. And so when you end up with air temperatures in your attic space that don't match the surface temperature of the wood, especially during the winter in the Midwest, you ultimately get condensation and then mold growth. Now I want to take a quick look at a diagram as to what your attic is supposed to look like. You can see that there's meant to be a thick insulation barrier at the top of your ceiling, which keeps the conditioned air in your living space down and out of the attic. And then you should have overhangs that allow for, with vents that allow for cold air to get in to the attic space up over the insulation. Many times baffles are installed to make sure that that space there is free and clear so the air can get in the attic. And then enough upper ventilation that works with the lower ventilation to move any warm air that gets out into the attic space out and replace it with cooler, cold air, so that your air temperature and your surface temperature stay very similar. You don't condensate and you don't get mold growth. Now, we were called in to rectify this problem and help the person who owns the house get the house to closing. And so you can see what we did was we brought in air equipment to run HEPA filtration while we're working to make sure we're not exchanging air with the living space. And then we scrubbed down the rafters or the top cord of this truss roof and the plywood sheathing with a biocide. We make sure we scrub all the surfaces and get the mold killed on contact. And then once everything has been scrubbed down, in this case, the homeowner chose to go with a white acrylic-based mold-resistant coating. Comes with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty, and then we leave the air machine running overnight. Come back the next day and pull everything out. And then obviously the issues that are leading to the condensation do need to be addressed. That's the ventilation and the insulation. But in terms of mold growth, this homeowner is now able to take this house to closing and not have to worry about a mold problem in the attic space.